All right, so hello everyone. This is a recorded session, so if you need this recording, please let me know. I'll definitely email it to you. But my name is Emmanuel Golden. I'm one of the career advisors in the Office of Career Development. And what we're going to be talking about today is about Handshake. What are the opportunities that are on Handshake? How do I use Handshake? Walking you through creating your profile, putting in your career interests, doing job search, internship search, how to find employers on Handshake, how to go and register for some of our events that we have going on, especially the upcoming Career Expo, Career and Internship Expo that we have, and also a little bit about the resources that are on Handshake that are at your disposal. So what I'm going to walk you through first is basically how to get into Handshake. So I know that some people have registered through Handshake. That's pretty much how you all found out about the workshop today, but some people have not actually logged into Handshake at all. So when you log into Handshake, it is a single sign-on, so it's basically the first part of your, actually it's the entire email address first, and then once you type in your email address, you will be prompted to this screen. Sorry, forgot my eye. Awesome. So mine just logged me straight in. But you'll be prompted to a screen where you will be asked to put in your first part of your email address and then your password that you have for your entire Nova system. So it's the same thing. Once you put in that information, for the first time, what will pop up is a career interest area. And so basically what you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to input your career interest for your Handshake profile. If you don't put in your career interest at that initial point, you can go up here where it has your name and a little drop down. Just click that drop down, and then what you'll do is you'll go to that career interest area, and it'll take you to this. So basically, this is going to help Handshake better provide you with job opportunities, things that interest you, and pretty much filter those things just for you. So when you log onto your profile in your feed, those recommendations that you'll see, it'll be based off of some of your career interests that you have. Those news feeds will be based off of that and those types of things as well. So you want to go through, you want to input, your job information about like how can Handshake help you. What are some options that you're considering after graduation? Are you looking to take a gap year? Are you looking to volunteer and those types of things so that Handshake can best filter some things that are going to be valuable and beneficial for you. You can also put in your career your career industry that you're looking to go into. So if you're looking to go into higher education, if you're looking to go in just hotel, hospitality, tourism, and those types of things, you can better help Handshake filter some of those jobs and opportunities for you by inputting your career interests here. This is going to also help with employers helping to find you as well, because when they use some of those tags that they'll use, it'll be easier for them to find you through, okay, this person is really interested in civil engineering. Okay, this person is really interested in advertising, PR, and marketing, and those types of things. So that's one of the first things that I say that students, or we talk about with students, with creating your entire Handshake profile. Now, going to your actual profile after your career interest, you're going to go here. So you're going to go back to your name, you're going to click down that drop down again, and you're going to go to My Profile. So once you go to My Profile, this is basically where you can go and create your profile just like a LinkedIn page, right? Or a Facebook page. It's really yours to really customize and update so that you can showcase to employers some of your experiences and some of those interest areas, those things that make you stand out as a candidate. So also with your profile, you can select if you want an employer to see your profile or if you don't want an employer to see your profile. And I'll go and show you guys that last in the settings and privacy section. So this is basically your profile. And so you'll go through and you'll add work experience, you'll add your organizations that you've been a part of, any clubs that you're a part of here at NSU. You can add skills, so just like LinkedIn, you can add a skills section. So here, if you click here, it'll say like, oh, okay, I have customer service skills, or I have event planning skills, or I have, public speaking skills. That's one thing that you definitely want to add to your profile, especially if you're showcasing it to employers, so they can see some of those added value skills that you have that you can bring to their organization as well. This is really important too, because when you go through, and I'll show you this, when you go through the jobs and internships portion, you'll be able to see that, oh, I match some of the skills that this employer is asking for me to have. And also the jobs tab and the internships tab, when you click on a actual position, it'll show you if you match with some of those skills or some of those areas that the employer is wanting to see from you. So that's one thing that we definitely tell students to add to their profile. The other thing is uploading your resume, and I'll show you how to upload documents to your profile as well. But you definitely want to update and upload your most updated resume to your profile, because employers can see those types of things as well. Add your education, your work experience here. It also gives you a little bit of a template of how you can add your work experience. So this is basically how Handshake says, like, okay, this is what you should add to your work experience area, and this is the kind of a format in which you should add to that, a format in which you can use to add your work experience. You can also see over here who's viewed your profile. And so you can see if a student has viewed your profile, you can see if employers have viewed your profile and those types of things as well. So it's very similar to LinkedIn in a way that it allows you to better connect with people also who's viewed your profile. So if you're really interested in working with Enterprise, and Enterprise goes and views your profile, a representative from there, definitely see if you can reach out to that representative and say, hey, my name is such and such. I'm really interested in your organization. I see that you viewed my profile. Is there anything else that I can, or is there anything else that I can provide you to not necessarily make me a better candidate, but are there any questions that you may have that you've seen from my profile that I can answer for you? Basically, that's how you want to go about that. You can also add a short bio about yourself and those types of things. You can add courses, you can add projects. One of the things that I also always tell students is, especially our master's students who may not have necessarily any real world experience in a specific area, I always tell them to add some of those class projects that you've been working on within your courses. So that's something of added value that you can definitely add for an employer to see some of the experiences that you've had throughout your program, and they can see those types of things on your profile as well. And that's something that you can do on LinkedIn as well. Also, here's a way that you can add your LinkedIn profile or your Facebook profile. Or if you have, if you're a graphic designer and you have a website that you've been working on and you've designed and you want to showcase that as well, you can add that here. Or say you are working in like video production or something like that in PVA, then you can add maybe something that you've been working on and you've added it to Vimeo, or you've added it to YouTube and those types of things to showcase to employers as well with using your Handshake profile. So Handshake goes beyond just, allowing you to upload your resume and showcase those types of things to, an employer, but it goes to, outside links and being able to build kind of like a portfolio within your Handshake profile as well. Are there any questions about like creating your Handshake profile? Awesome. Awesome. So also the other thing is you can see other students who are on Handshake as well. So you can discover students, and also you can update your personal information. I know a lot of international students want to know, like, hey, should I put like U.S. citizen, or what should I put for my work authorization? There is an option to put for F1 visa student. So if you're an international student, that's something that you can input on your personal information. That's not something that you have to put on your personal information, but it does allow you to kind of shift through some of those positions that are looking for F1 visa students and those types of things. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to show you is your document. So before we move on from this area, I want to show you where you can upload your document. So this is where you upload basically your resume, cover letter, or any type of document that you want to showcase to an employer. And you want to upload it, make sure it's in a PDF file, because sometimes Word gets distorted depending on the system that's being used. Going from a Mac Word and a PC Word are two totally different things, and sometimes things get shifted around. If you put it in a PDF and you just upload it, nothing will be changed on your document. So this is where you can upload your documents, and employers will be able to see those documents as well. One thing that we do stress to students and alumni is to make sure that you come to the career office before you upload your document, so that we can make sure it's the most updated, fresh version of your resume, so that you are marketing yourself well and showcasing the most valuable experiences that you have to showcase to an employer. All right, so the next thing that we're going to go to is our profile feed. So if you go up here and you click on For You, you will go to your profile feed. As you see, my profile is, lacking in some strength. But once you start adding some of those experiences, updating your work, your profile, that strength will get, a little bit stronger, and you'll see some changes within your profile. So up here, what you'll have is recommended jobs for you. And basically, this is what I was talking about when we were talking about the career interests. This is where some of those positions that match with your interests will be showcased on your profile. And so this is where you can go and you can scroll through and you can look through some of those positions that indicate that, hey, you match with some of these skills that these employers are looking for. And so it better helps you to navigate through some of the opportunities. You can also search through jobs and internships from your feed right here on your profile. So once you search through them, once you start typing in that information, it'll take you straight to the jobs and internships page. And I'll show you that in just a second. You can also see your favorited jobs. So these are just a few jobs that I went through and favorited. But you can see the jobs on here that you went and said, like, oh, I want to go back and I want to look at this position, later. Or, oh, I'm applying to this position. Let me make sure I favorite it as well so I can see it on my profile. So you can see those, and then you can also see some of the jobs that you've started applying to. So again, I just went and I started, applying to this job, and I went through the application or whatever. And as you see, it shows up on your feed now that says like, hey, go back and finish, applying for this job, or you didn't finish applying for this job. Make sure you finish, and those types of things. And then also it has some of the jobs that are trending here at NSU that students are applying for, students and alumni are applying for. It has like a different feeds, news feeds. It has companies with great perks. Amazon, of course, is one of those companies that is there. Jobs in sports, create cities. So it gives you a little bit of an array of different news feeds that you can go off of depending on the different industries that you may be interested in as well. As you've seen in my career interests, I have done nothing, so it's just given me everything that it can think of. But yeah, once you do your career interest page, you'll see this, kind of pretty much change, and it'll be pushing more so of those positions that are geared towards you. All right, so the next thing is the Jobs and Internships tab. So if we go up here to Jobs, this is where we can search some of the jobs and internships and everything that's on Handshake. It's a really great tool. They just actually changed the way it looked. I went on there last night and I was like, wait, this looks totally different. So it's been updated, and I actually like the updated version of this because it changes where the filters were, and it also adds a little bit more of where the filters, what types of filters that you can use. Question?
Project doesn't ultimately go through. Why? One development that they know played a big factor and probably did was
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, you can search through your jobs and different things that you're looking for. So here in the jobs title, you can definitely go through, say, I'm just going to do marketing. Spell that wrong. All right, keyboard's not being friendly today. There we go. All right, so we're looking at marketing positions, and then we can also, filter it through by city. If we want to look at Fort Lauderdale, we can. So we'll just click on this first marketing position here. Once we go into this position, we can see everything about this company that this company wants us to see. So you can see this company is based in New York City. This is a full-time position. They actually have the salary for this position here. Some companies don't have the salaries for the position, so just note that. Also, if it's an unpaid internship or anything like that, or a volunteer position, it will just say unpaid for the position. Also, it'll let you know how many people are a part of that company. So it's 1 to 10 employees a part of this company, and it really allows you to see, like, okay, I want to work for a small company. Hey, this is a company that you might want to work for. I want to work for a large company, so I'm looking for companies that are at least 500 to 1,000 employees, or 1,000 to 10,000 employees. That allows you to kind of shift through some of the positions that are marketed here on Handshake. It lets you know when the position is it's closing. Again, you can apply here. But the good thing about these different positions is you'll see employer preferences. So as you see here, I don't match with pretty much any of the employer preferences. So I don't have the major, I have the GPA, I don't have the school year, but I have the work authorization. So one of the things that you can do is you can go over here and you can say, see more. And so usually what employers do have is they'll have over here like, okay, they're looking for, a recent graduate who graduated in, 2017 until now. Or they're looking for, a business marketing major or a communications major and pretty much nothing else. That allows you to kind of see what that employer is looking for, and kind of allows you to navigate, okay, I don't necessarily match with some of these things, but I may match with other areas of that employer, so I'm still going to go ahead and apply. Excuse me. I always tell students to, just because you don't match with maybe the GPA or the school year that they're looking for, doesn't mean that you shouldn't apply to this, position. That's just some of their preferences. You may have other things within your resume that make you stand out, that make you a great candidate, and you can apply to that position still. The other thing on here is sometimes that they have, sometimes they have the contact information for the person who's hiring for this position. I always tell students, if you're going to apply to this position, feel free to reach out to, the contact person if they have their email address there, and reach out and just say, hi, my name is such and such. I recently applied for this position on Handshake. I'm graduating senior from Nova Southeastern University, and I'm really interested in, working for your company, and this position, is something that I'm passionate about. And send them an email and, shoot your shot is what I tell students. 80% of students who are finding opportunities, it's not by point and click. It's by, networking, reaching out, and, putting yourself out there. And so I always tell students to feel free to reach out to these people who have their contact information on Handshake. Also remember, these people had clicked to say that they wanted to market their position at Nova Southeastern University. And so remember, especially if you're applying to some of those local companies, they're looking for Nova Southeastern University students. So that makes yourself stand out a little bit more as well. Also on here, you'll see that, they also have, similar jobs, and also you can share the job on social media. Also with this, it'll tell you your profile strength when you fill out this application. So it says fill out your profile to stand out against other applicants. My profile strength is pretty small right now. I think someone has their mic on again. All right. So this is a way to kind of navigate through some of the career profile, the positions that are on Handshake and the jobs and internships area. Internships may be a little bit different. So let me go back. Let me say internship. So you can use these buttons here also. Like you can say like I'm only looking for full-time jobs, or I'm just looking for internships. And it'll just show you the ones that are just for internships. I like this new feature because you used to have to go through the filters area and find the internships, jobs, full-times, and all those types of things. You don't have to do that anymore. Yes?
I have a question.
Yes?
For the internship, that is while you're in school, correct?
Yeah, so some of these internships can be while you're in school or after you've graduated.
After you graduated, because I changed careers,
Mm-hmm.
and I am in a complete different field, which is counseling. And my resume is like yours, very little experience in counseling. So I thought the internship that we did was in one facility only, and I lack knowledge on the other. So I thought of going an internship, paid internship. Can you do that after you graduate from school?
Yeah, so you can do it after you graduated from school. It depends on the industry also. Some industries are like, no, we want like some type of academic credit attached to this. You need to be a part of a university to do this internship. Some of them, more so in the business area, they're like, okay, you graduated, you can't find a job, but we'll allow you to do this internship. And they'll go about it that route. Most won't do that. Most will be like you're a junior, senior in undergrad, or you're a graduate student in a master's program. So that's how pretty much internships are usually navigated.
Okay.
Did that answer your question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
My pleasure. So if I go to this marketing internship here, you'll see it's pretty much the same. As you see, I said, this one is an unpaid, so you'll see unpaid here. You see it's a seasonal part-time internship. And then you'll see that I actually match with the major, the GPA, and for work authorization for this one. Just to match with the school year that they're looking for. And sometimes they'll tell you what school year they're looking for. And sometimes they won't. So just kind of navigating both the internships and the jobs portion, they're very similar, pretty much the same. The only difference is it'll tell you if it's an internship, it'll tell you if it's not an internship. Also, you see again, it tells you the contact information for this person. So definitely, go and research this person, see who they are. This could be the person that's pretty much, taking you through the hiring process with their company and those types of things. So the other thing on the jobs and internships is the filter. So here's the filter. It's pretty much hidden a little bit now. I'm going to take all of these things out. So here we have our filter, and we have, again, the location. We have categories. So this is where you can say, like, okay, I'm looking for work study opportunities. So NSU has a few work study opportunities that are going to be added to Handshake as well. Excuse me, not work study opportunities, student employment opportunities for unpaid internships will be on Handshake as well that are part of the university.
I'm sorry, will you repeat that again? At Nova, you will have the work study, but you have to be in school to work.
They'll be unpaid, they're unpaid internships. So what we did is we worked with some of the departments, the Office of Career Development worked with some of the departments around campus to create unpaid internships for students. So some of the departments around campus, I think there's about, 12, if I'm not mistaken, that have unpaid internships, a part of their office, and so you'll do that for a semester here on NSU's campus.
Okay.
You'll see some of the categories they have expiring soon, which is a new feature that I didn't see before. Interviewing on campus and those types of things. You'll have job types, you have employment type, you have salary types. You can search through employer industries, job functions. This is really good, and I tell students to really narrow down some of their searches. So we have a lot of students who are looking for jobs in the business field, but they want a business field job in a specific industry. So if you're looking for, some type of business, background position that's in hospitality, or that's in like aviation or in the travel industry and those types of things, then you can go through and you can actually look through the different employer industries that are a part of Handshake and the positions that are on here. And so that's another way to kind of narrow down your search when you're going through Handshake for job opportunities. You can also do it by school year. So remember I mentioned that some of the positions will ask for specific school years that they have. If you're a senior and you're looking for, a position that's, looking for some type of senior student coming out of college or an internship that's accepting seniors, then hey, go in here and click on senior and say like, there's 3,000, looks like there's 3,000 positions, yeah, that are, open to senior students. So that's another way to filter through some of those school years on Handshake. You can also filter through the employers on Handshake. So say if there's a specific employer, and I'll talk about this a little bit more too when I go to the employers tab. So there's a specific employer that you're looking to work for, you can go through and you can filter through that employer as well. You can also add labels to your search as well. And you can look at the employer division, expiration dates, and graduation dates. As well. So remember they were doing the graduation dates. If you matched with it, you can go in and now input your graduation date and see if, what employers are looking for students who are graduating during that time or after. Another great feature for the job search area is creating search alerts. So if I was to go and I was to go back to the marketing and I wanted to all right, so I'm back to marketing, and I want to create a search alert for marketing positions. I can create a search alert for those types of things. And what will basically happen is I'll get weekly alerts through email, or if you have the app downloaded on your phone, I would definitely encourage you to download the Handshake app. It's really improved, and it's really awesome now. But if you have the app, it'll start sending you notifications with those weekly alerts for any position that you type in. You can type in the position title, or you can type in an industry, you can type in the location, you can do all types of weekly alerts that you want. Also, you can change when you get them. So if you want daily alerts or if you want weekly alerts, you can do that. If you don't want the app sending you notifications, then you can take that off. If you don't want email sending you notifications, you can take that off as well. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I don't want it sending me notifications. There we go. And like I said, also here you can favorite jobs as well. So the other thing on here in the job search area is you can look at the applications. So as you see, these are applications. I haven't put in any applications, finished any applications, but you can go back and you can see the different applications that you put in for jobs and internships, and you can search through them. You can also go and look at the employers that are on Handshake. This is also a thing that I tell students to always go and do, because these are not just employers that are connected with NSU. These are employers that are on Handshake like throughout the nation. And so you can go through and you can search through, oh, okay, I want to work with Northwestern Mutual. And, I want to really reach out to them and really see who the contact person is for them. So you'll see that the contact person is Frederick Santori. That's an easy way to reach out and say, hey, my name is such and such. I recently was on Handshake and I've seen that, your company has an employer profile on there. I just wanted to reach out and see if there's any opportunities for me to get involved with your organization. And that's a great way to, segue into, introducing yourself. Or you can say, like, I just want to sit down and learn a little bit more about your organization. Is it possible for us to do an informational interview? And those are the types of things that you want to do as a student to put yourself out there, to start networking, and really utilize Handshake for the great benefits that it has. And that's a great way to take advantage of your job search as well. And as you see, you can search through the different industries here as well. There's a ton of industries in Handshake, not just the ones you see here. As you see, as I scroll, they continue to load and different things like that. So definitely go through the employers tab here. Currently, right now, we don't have on-campus interviews with employers, so this tab is not being used at all. So you don't have to worry about the on-campus interviews. Are there any questions about the job and internship search? Awesome. Just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Okay, cool. Awesome. So the next thing we're going to go to quickly is the events tab. So obviously, many of you have gone through the events. You signed up for this event here. That's how you found out about it and everything. This is a great way to continue to keep up with what we're doing here in our office, some of the events that we have coming up, and those types of things. Definitely, if you're a pre-health student, definitely look at pre-health day. If you're a business student, Stark Advantage is one of the things that you definitely want to take advantage of. That's where we have employers on campus, just networking with some of our students. And so you'll see some of the employers that will be here: Spirit Airlines, Zensa, Walgreens, Wyndham Vacation Ownership, Broward County, Fastenal, Enterprise, Comcast, and those types of companies will be here. Some of those companies will also be here for our career fair, career internship expo that we'll be having coming up on in April. So definitely just continue to look through some of the events that we're having. You can search through the events. You can also do a fair search. So if you know that we have our career internship expo coming up on April 3rd, definitely go ahead and I would say sign up for that. There's going to be a ton of employers there. As you see, you'll be able to see there's 45 employers already registered for the Career and Internship Expo on April 3rd. You can go here and you can actually view the employers that are going to be attending the event so that you can go through and you can do a little bit of research of those employers. You can better target the employers that you want to go to first, second, third, last, or the employers that you just want to go to, period, and those types of things. And let you know what types of job opportunities they have. So if they just have seasonal opportunities, part-time, full-time, if they have internship opportunities, volunteer, those types of things. So Handshake will allow you to pretty much navigate all of that for the Career and Internship Expo, so that you're better prepared when you go to market yourself as a student. The next thing I want to go to is the Career Center. So really the only two tabs that you'll be focused on here right now is the My School and Resources. So My School is basically showcasing, our university, a little bit of a description about our office, about our university and the mission here at NSU. It provides you with our office hours, drop-in hours, and those types of things here in Horvitz and in the DeSantis building. It gives you a little bit of update of some of our upcoming events and our Career Internship Expo. And it gives you a little bit of our staff list. So if there's someone that you want to reach out to and ask questions, you can definitely use this as your guide while you're on Handshake. If you have any issues, feel free to reach out to one of the staff members here on the list. Excuse me. And if you want to make an appointment with one of our career advisors one-on-one, here's the phone number. It's 954-262-7201. You can easily reach out and set up an appointment to do a one-on-one and discuss some of the things that we've talked about here on Handshake, but also, updating your resume and those types of things as well, and getting you prepared for the Career Internship Expo. And then the other thing is the Resources tab. The Resources tab, I think, is one of the most beneficial things that we have on Handshake for students. Here you'll find resume resources, cover letter resources, career exploration. You'll find shadowing and research opportunities, experiential learning, internship and job search advice for international students. They have their own tab. We also have one for study abroad. I'm not sure where it went, education abroad for those students who are going abroad and those types of things. We have veteran resources and things in there as well. And it just provides you with some resources to, better market yourself and to keep you up to date on some of the trends that are going on and some of the recommendations that we have for students in our office. So definitely check out the resources area. You can just go to the Career Center here and just the drop down and go to resources. It'll definitely provide you with a little bit more insight on some of the things that you might be wondering about. Networking, it's one of the key things that is in here as well. So it provides you with an overview of, how you should go about networking, some of the things that you should talk about, some of the strategies. How can you get involved with networking events? What should I talk about with networking events and those types of things? How to do an informational interview. And so it provides you with a lot of insight and resources to, help you in, navigating your job search and your career outlook. The other thing, I think there's one more thing. The one thing that I wanted to show you, last thing, is in the settings and privacy section. So this is basically where you can go and do all of your account information. So if you want to put your first name, but if you have a preferred name, many people call me Manny, so that's usually what I go by. You can put your school year in here. You can put your work authorization for international students. Remember I was saying, like, if you're an F1 visa student and those types of things, you can input that in here. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can set your visibility for employers and your visibility for other students as well. So if you want other students to be able to see your profile, and if you want employers to see your profile, you can set that here as well. And then in the notification preferences, you can also go through and you can set the different notifications that you want. So if you want, if an employer is hosting an info session, if you want, notification from that, you can get an email, interview schedules, job alerts, surveys, career fairs, documents, messages, all those types of things you can set alerts for in Handshake. And it allows you to better, I think, navigate Handshake, but also receive some of the information that Handshake has coming through the system as well. Those things that you feel are important for you to know. But yes, that is pretty much an overview of how to use Handshake and some of the things that we use here at NSU to kind of navigate Handshake as a whole. Does anyone have any questions?
I apologize for being late. I was
fine.
given a call that it was at 12:30.
Oh,
but
no.
it actually started at 11:30, correct?
No, it started at noon.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, it's
But
at 12:30.
you are here now, and we appreciate that.
I know, and I missed the first part.
And I hope you found some of the information valuable, but also, as I stated to other students that were here, this is being recorded as well.
Okay.
So if you want that to be, sent to you, I can definitely send it to you.
Thank you.
My
That was
pleasure.
great.
My pleasure. Are there any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the difference between the handshake and the portfolio? Should we focus on the handshake or?
So Portfolium is really used to showcase a lot of your experiences, more so of like a project of your work. A showcase, a portfolio of all the things that you've done throughout your undergraduate career.
Mm-hmm.
Handshake is more so for you to showcase a little bit more marketing yourself through, some of your work experiences and those types of things. Your job search, pretty much providing you with the resources to navigate your career outlook or your career path, those types of things. It's also to showcase some of our events that we have in our office or on campus. It's also to showcase, when we have employers on campus and those types of things. Portfolium is more so focused on a complete package of everything that you've done for your undergraduate career or even for graduate students for your graduate career. It just puts it in an online portfolio, and actually you can export that information. So you can export your entire portfolio into a PDF. And like I said, on here, under your documents, you can actually upload that updated download of your entire portfolio to Handshake. So that now employers on Handshake can see your entire portfolio on there, or you can link Portfolium to Handshake. So you remember when I showed you the share the links and those types of things that you can add to your profile? You can add a link for your Portfolium to go and showcase to employers like, this is my formal work experience in a formal format. This is all of my projects. These are all the things that I've done creatively to showcase to an employer.
Okay.
Any more questions? Awesome. Well, I appreciate everyone being here. I know I said this would be about 45 minutes. I'm glad I cut it off on time. And if you guys need anything else, please feel free to reach out to me. My name again is Emmanuel Golden. I'll give you my email address. If you would like to email me, feel free. It's ig260@nova.edu. I know some of you received an email from me this morning, but again, if you want to email me, feel free, and feel free to reach out to the office to set up an appointment, a one-on-one appointment to go over your resume, what your career exploration is, job search, internship search. If you're looking to go to graduate school or professional school, we do personal statements as well.